But am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
So now guys, I'm going to show you Avermedia's Rec Central software. So let's boot it up here. Might give you this message or not. You can boot this up through either clicking on it in your desktop, or you can click the button on the Avermedia to launch the software. So anyway, here is Rec Central. I'm going to start off on the left side over here. We have the bulletin, which is Avermedia's news. Then we have capture, which lets you capture videos. Stream, obviously stream videos, and then your video folder, which shows you all your videos that you have saved to whatever file you select. So anyway, let's start off with the capture. First of all, we have all your profiles here that lets you save them at different resolutions and choose different options. And then we have our time shift button here, which you can turn time shift on and off. Then we have, when you're choosing your options and resolutions, you have amateur, newbie, pro, and then you can just go to it, whatever you have set. Now let's go to our options here, what we have. So start off here, we have game platform, which you can choose current PC, other PC, and game console. This is what you're recording. This is what you are recording of. This is, yeah, you get it. And then your video source, HDMI, which I have because I'm using an Xbox 360. Now for this setting down here, you have standard or expanded. I'm not the color range. I usually set it to expanded just because I think the colors look better, kind of. But then we have audio source, and we have HDMI audio in, which is that 3.5mm head jack, whatever it is. And then we have component LR, so I just leave it HDMI. Then if you want to do live commentaries with the Avermedia software, you can. You just have to switch on microphone, and you can choose which USB mic or whatever mic you're using. And then you can save it as a separate MP3 file, or it can just go directly to the video, be saved with it. And then you can choose whether it starts with the video as it starts, or to turn it on at any point in the video. And for settings for that, you have the capture device of how loud it is compared to the microphone. Well, I don't use it. I just use Audacity, so this isn't really anything for me. But if you want to use it, yeah, that's cool. Anyway, so now we have the video settings. So for the video format, we have MP4 and TS. I would recommend MP4 to everybody because MP4 is pretty much a well-recognized type of video format and works with pretty much all software. So we have our resolutions. Our highest resolution is 920 by 1080. I usually leave it at that, but if you want to, you can lower it down to 720 down here, 1280 by 720. And then we have video bit rates. 60 is the highest, and it goes all the way down to 0.3 megabits per second. That'd be pretty slow. Next we have audio bit rates, which is 256 kilobytes per second. The lowest is 32, I just leave it at the highest. And we have our frame rates, which 30 is the highest for 1080. If I wanted to switch it down to 720 here, let me find it, 720, I can bump it up to 60, but since YouTube only renders videos at 30 frames per second anyway, I just leave it at 1080 to get the better quality. And last but not least, we have the hotkeys down here, which you can set to whatever key you want to start or stop video capture, start or stop microphone recording, and the snapshot. My gosh. And then you can save your profile. Once you've done all these, you can save them, and then if you change anything, you can save them. If you want to save them as a profile, you just hit save as, and if you want to change anything, and then you just hit save. You get what I'm saying. But anyway, on to streaming. When you're going to stream, you have to log on to either your Twitch TV, Ustream, let's see, Nikino. I can't even read that very well, to be honest. Nico, whatever it says. Custom RTMP and YouTube Live. This is only for people who are YouTube partners. If you're not a YouTube partner, you cannot use this setting. Most people are probably going to be using Twitch TV and maybe Ustream out of all of them. So you have your proxy. I usually just leave it at default because it finds something for you. Then you just type in your username and password. Now, something that's pretty sad for me is I actually cannot stream with this device. As crappy as that sounds, my internet upload speed is not up to par with everything, with what it should be. It is a I want to say it's a 1.6 upload speed right now, megabits per second upload speed, and that is awful. I need at least a 3 or like a 4 to even think about streaming 1080p quality to Twitch. So I'm hoping I'm getting Charter soon. That will help. But anyway, with your Twitch settings here, let's move on. Enough of my sob story. But then we have our settings for Twitch. Everything's the same except for your video format is always going to be FLV, and then your bitrate is 20, and you have a stream stabilizer, and besides that, that's about it. You can save profiles for that if you really want to. And then we have our video folder, as I already said before, that saves all your video. I have a lot of GTA 5 in here, so there's that. And then we have the capture card selection here. If you have a Avermedia HD capture card in here instead of the Live Game Reportable, I'm trying to think of what it's called, the Avermedia Live Gamer HD. If you have that in your computer, you can still use that. You can switch between the two because these are the only two devices that use Rec Central. So you can do that. And then up here we have our settings for our language. You can choose any language you want. I have no idea how many languages they have, but I am English. I speak the language of England. England? Man, I don't even know what I'm saying. English, whatever. Anyway, and then you have your transparency of the software, like the window. I just keep it a default. I don't really care. Then you have your little icons if you want them to show up or not. I just leave them on pretty much except for standby mode because I don't want that thing up there the whole time. Then you have your startup if you want to run Rec Central as soon as you start up your computer. I honestly don't because I'm not always going to turn on and then just record all the time, so I just leave it off. Then you have where you're going to save to. You can save to anywhere on your computer. I just have to save to a file called YouTube stuff. Then you have your profile management, which you can manage your profiles pretty much. So I have like Xbox 360, 1080, 1080p commentary, just a bunch of stuff. I probably shouldn't have all these, but I do anyway. I don't know why. I just use Xbox 360, 1080p, which is everything at the highest setting, and I just don't have the microphone on. So there's that, and that's about it. So that has been the Rec Central, Avermedia Rec Central software, and let's move on to the next thing.
So now guys, we're down to the last piece of the puzzle here, then last and not least, the gameplay, what you've all been waiting for. This is gameplay from Call of Duty Ghosts on the Xbox 360 using the HDMI, and I have it set to 1080p, 30 frames per second. So this is some gameplay of that. As you can see, it looks really nice, you know, all the pixels are very crisp and clear. I mean, besides that, I can't really think of anything else that's really wrong with it. I mean, it runs very smoothly. The sound is pretty good. It's not muffled or anything, so it's really good. And I really have no gripes or complaints about the game or how it plays out and how the gameplay looks. So unless you guys can see anything that I can't, then I really don't know what else to say about this. So now guys, here's some more gameplay of GTA 5 on the Xbox 360 through HDMI. Once again, the settings are at 1080p, 30 frames per second, and I have it running at 60 megabits per second. I forgot to say that on the last one. This and the Call of Duty Ghost gameplay were both running at 60 frames per second. I just wanted to show these two games on the highest settings for the PC mode, just so you can see, because I'm guessing people who buy this right now are probably going to be recording one of these two games. But so this just kind of shows you how they both look. I think they both look just fantastic. I can't say anything is wrong with this gameplay either. So now for the very last gameplay of this video is GTA 5 playing at 1080p 30 frames per second on an SD card class 10. And as you can see, it looks absolutely amazing. I can honestly tell no differences besides maybe a couple frame drops, but that's just because it's playing at 16 megabits per second instead of 60, so obviously that takes a big hit from it. But besides that, I have to tell you guys, I am very impressed with all these gameplays, and I mean, as you can see from them, they look astonishingly amazing. So that has been the gameplay from this. So now let's go to the conclusion and final thoughts of the Avermedia Live Game Reportable. So yeah guys, now you've seen everything that you need to know about the Avermedia Live Game Reportable, And as you can see here, I'm going a little more pro here. Okay, guys, I'm going a little more pro. I just got this mic today. I thought, what a better, I mean, why not put this in this video right now? So this is the Audio Technica AT 2020. I'm going to be doing a review on that. That's going to be my next video after GTA 5 and I show the winter DLC type thing that they have coming out. But anyway, back to our original topic, which is the Avermedia Live Gamer Portable. Now, my final thoughts on this is that it is fantastic. I cannot say anything better about this product, this capture card. It is one of the most, it's the best, it's one of the best capture cards on the market you can get right now. I know that now, today's the 24th, it's Christmas Eve right now, and there's a couple more. Hauppauge just released the Rocket, and that's supposed to be the contemporary to this product. It's supposed to compete with it, but I have to say the only product that can compete with this is probably the Elgato, which people say has just about the same quality as this, but they say their software is better. I cannot comment myself. I've never used it or tried using it, or I do not own it either. So, but for the price point, which I've not talked about yet, this costs. The Avermedia Live Game Portable costs usually $159. It costs at about $160 to $150 depending on when you're getting it. I got it off Amazon. I recommend doing the same if you're ever gonna buy this. But I mean, for getting this, you have PC free mode, you have 1080p capture. I mean, you have 1080p capture with an SD card, PC free. I mean, just that alone should be worth $160 you pay for it. But, I mean, I'm going to leave the decision up to you. I guess you can decide what capture card you want to get. But anyway, this has been the overview and review of the Avermedia Live Gamer Portable. And this has been a Random Turtle 7. So, I would just, last words of this, I hope you guys subscribe and like this video. It really helped me out. I'm a new YouTuber. I'm not even monetizing any of these videos. I just want to do this for the fun of it. So if you guys could really help me out, that's my last message to you with this review. Don't feel like I'm pressuring you into anything. I just really would like the support, and thank you for watching this if you did. So I'm signing off here.
Turtle. Turtle.